2/2s are barely a problem.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with the new 2/2 bear, Kudo, king among bears. Kudo makes everything into a 2/2 bear. Your cards, your opponent's cards, everything on the battlefield gets a base power and toughness of 2/2, which is great if things enter the battlefield with, say, +1/+1 counters on them, like Fateful Watchdog, or put counters on things like the Metallic Mimic. And since everything is a bear, you can even play around with the bear creature type by playing what I assume is Kudo's loving queen, Ayula, queen among bears, making it so creatures entering the battlefield get you a fight or a bigger bear. We have a lot of cards in this deck that are very low to the ground and aggressive, or that buff up your creatures, giving them additional power, like King Darien, or reward you for attacking with something like Kutsil or Sovereign Okaneka How that has a higher power than its base power. When you have Kudo out, you very much want to play Anthem effects, meaning things that give your creatures +1/+1. So we've got a lot of those in a deck, including the classic Selesnya one, Mirari's Wake, and a Selesnya creature that does the same, Tristani Discordant. This is a very, very fun deck that also has a bit of a mean side. If you have Kudo out and you turn your opponent's things into 2/2s, you can also kill all of your opponent's things using Elish Norn Gran Cenobite. We are in white, we are in greens. We're also playing a little bit of, mana-based, mana ramp over here. We got Avacyn's Pilgrim, Delighted Halfling, Llanowar Elves, some protection, Tamiyo's Safekeeping, and then a lot of really fun 1-drops and 2-drops that grow. So we're going to take Kudo into the queue, and we're going to bear down on our opponents. Nadu, Winged Wisdom. Nadu is going to be targeting themselves with various, abilities and spells in order to get lands into play and more cards in hand. This hand is not great against Nadu, so I'm going to throw it back, and this is a lot better. We have a very aggressive first turn play with the Ocelot Pride. We have something that buffs up all our creatures, we have some protection, we have a buff, and also artifact removal, which is great, because one of the main strategies for Nadu is to play equipment and use the ability of an equipment, which is to target with the equipment to equip it, in order to grow. So I will start by gabbing myself a fetch into a shock. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this rather than just playing the land I have, since I'm planning on playing a white card, it's because Tail's End and Stifle are cards that I've seen run in a couple of Nadu decks. Somebody is a free spell. Something was holding priority there. Alright, so we've got our Nadu. And I could either play Kudo or Flowering of the White Tree or Selfless Spirit here. I want to be aggressive, so I'm going to play the Flowering of the White Tree. I also think this is something they're a little less likely to be able to counter here. Like a Spell Pierce could be something they have on 1 blue mana, but I think they were more likely to have like a Wash Away. Yeah, you want to stop my bear? Bet you do. But I would like you to not stop my bear. I have enough mana to replay it next turn. I'll go for a Kudo here. Kudo would be getting me 2 more damage. It's not huge, but it's also a small spell. Yeah, I'll bring that back. So I don't feel too bad about, like, Kudo being countered, especially because their creatures tend to be pretty small, except for Nadu. Nadu, for some reason, is a 3-mana 3/4 flyer, which, first of all, why? Second of all, huh? And third of all, you cut that out. So I'm going to try to get Kudo out here to turn Nadu into a 2/2 and my kitty cats into a bigger set of kitty cats. They could have an unsummon effect, they could have a buff effect, a protection effect, but I'm still going in here. I'm wondering if this is going to be +1/+1? Oh, +3. And they get a land. So we still gain a life off the Ocelot Pride. And we get 2 kitty cats because we have the City's Blessing. And these kitties are getting double buffs. They're getting 2/2 as their base, and then an additional power and toughness off Flowering of the White Tree. This is great for me. There's nothing for me to destroy off Requisition Raid, but I'm still considering buffing all my creatures to go for the big swing here. I think that that's good. I'm going to start with Selfless Spirit. We know they have a March of Swirling Mist. They can phase things out. Make my monsters grow. If they want to phase things out, now's a good time to do it. before they get buffed. Everybody swing in! That is 25 power. Coming their way. What you got to deal with that, Nadu? Kudo notably does have Ward 1 from Firing of the White Tree, so if they want to target this with, say, March of Swirling Mist to shrink down all the kitty cats, they do have to pay the 1. They are doing that, but that's part of why I buffed everything first. My Ocelot Pride is gonna be dead, but they're gonna go to 1 life. Seems good to me. 1 life against a whole slew of tokens? Don't mind if I do. This is a Nadu deck, though, so, like, we'll see. Okay, they didn't have anything. If they had a bunch of targeting spells or abilities there, they could have maybe built up a mana base, gotten a bunch of creatures out, Scoot Swarm, something like that, but they didn't have it. So Kudo wins. Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh. This is the Nicol Bolas that can steal from you, exile cards from your hand, or deal damage to any target. If this person is playing the deck the way I hope they're playing it, they'll just use this +2 ability because they're here to do crime. And if they're not doing that, then it's going to be a Grixis Control deck. And Grixis Control can be pretty hard to face off against, especially if we're looking to make their creatures tiny and they don't play any creatures. It's one of the hardest things for us to face off against is no creatures. Like, we're not turning anything into 2/2s. They've got some ramp. All right, so they have done a crime. They have committed their first crime. Exiling the Springheart Nantuko. That means I'm not going to be getting this landfall. Unless I use the Fateful Absence, I'm not going to. I'm going to use this Skyclave Apparition. Because otherwise, they could be bestowing that and making copies of that and exiling all my cards, and that would be really, really bad. Five mana now. Nicol Bolas the Ravager are going to make me discard. Which card? The Giver of Runes. Though this is protection, I feel like Toski or the Giver was the right choice there. Since their commander can cast spells for free, we're going to want Boromir for that. Kutsil, Kudo, like, these are also very nice. Here, I will offer you a trade. I didn't get landfall. They're like, are you sure? I gotta get damage through wherever I can. I'm Selesnya. Would they need green mana? What's great about playing decks like this is how easy it is to make green mana. I always run multiple ways to make off-color mana. Ooh, Decadent Dragon. They do some extra crime. R.I.P. Nadu. Oh, now we get landfall. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Good chance they'll have another land next turn. If I want to stop the steal, I play Boromir. If I want to draw a card here, and I do, I'm going to play Toski. Ooh, a delighted halfling. A cute little hobbit. Valki, God of Lies, is going to let them exile one of these creatures from my hand. Boromir. It's going to be Boromir. Should be Boromir. And I need to free my boy. Don't you want your clue? Guess I should draw first. Thank you, Toski. Love drawing some cards. Here's Boromir. Here, once again, clueless. I love Boromir. This card is the sort of thing that I throw into a lot of decks because this passive ability of stopping free spells is so helpful in the Brawl meta. There's a new card that does something similar. That's fine. They'll get a 4/4. And by they'll get a 4/4, I mean they'll get a 2/2. Ooh. I could get lost to that. But I want to get this Great Henge down. Sasuke has to attack. Yeah, Vexing Bauble is a new 1-mana artifact that prevents free spells. It can also be sacrificed in case you want to cast a free spell. Maybe they won't block Sasuke. Yeah, high hopes there. I have a feeling they're going to try to use some removal on Boromir. Or they'll Nicol Bolas minus and then plus on the next turn. Oh no! Do I want the Buffins or more card draw? I feel like with the Great Henge, I don't need Beast Whisper as much. So I'm gonna go with the Buffins. Using the +1. Disgusting. I disapprove of such actions. But I know I can't dictate the world and how everybody else plays their decks. As much as I would like to. Alright, well everyone's gonna be a 2/2. 2/2's wearing 2/2s. Until we make ours bigger. You stole a mana tithe? Decadent dragon, you dog! I do love everything as 2/2s. Except ours are not, because we put counters on them. R.I.P. Intrepid Adversary. And Laughing Jasper Flint, gonna be targeting us and stealing the top cards of our library. Currently, they have one Outlaw, because this is a Dragon Bear, and this is an Illusion Bear, and this is a Lizard Rogue Bear. I love just like, yeah, it's a bear now. Everyone's a bear. I'm a bear, you're a bear, everyone's a bear. Selfless Spirit, a good bit of protection. And a Thieving Skydiver, but they do not have enough mana to steal the Great Henge. Oh, sweet. How about 8? Seems good to me. You even get to draw a card. You want to crack open your Mind Stone? You want to sacrifice your Selfless Spirit? Nice! We win! GG! Tamio Inquisitive Student. I'm hoping this isn't oops all counter spells, but most of the Tamios I've run into unfortunately are. Tamio is also kind of great against us because she makes our creatures deal less damage each turn. And it's really, really easy to transform her. I will start by bolting this in, because it's not like they deal damage quickly. Tamio swings in, makes clues, and flips over. So far, by the way, you see how they've played blue and then blue again? You know what that makes me think? Makes me think they're the Oops All Counterspells version of this deck. Not my favorite to play against. I'm going to try to play an Anthem effect, King Darien the 48th, or King Dad the Numbers. Oh no! My spell didn't resolve. I am so surprised. There's gonna be a lot of that in this game. Does Kudo resolve? My commander didn't resolve? I'm so shocked. Also up pride. Mono blue Tamio. Yeah, she's a Simic commander, but why would you play anything other than, like, just the best couple Simic cards? Maybe throw in a, I don't know, an Uro or something. Boss Cat. It's, yeah, legally, it's a Simic deck. You would dare call my cat insignificant? My cat's not insignificant, it's awesome. Poor kitty, I wanted to go wide. Cameo again, swinging in. Making clues. Would you like to flip her? Kudo? No Kudo. Okay. I'll attack in a little more. Gonna draw some cards. Draw another! Samuel will flip once they draw 3 in a turn, but right now they're in no rush. They're getting card advantage to continuously just get more counter spells. Hi, Narset, who prevents me from drawing additional cards in a turn. Is that a miscast? Instance or sorceries? I have a sorcery in hand. See if this gets countered. Yeah, that's why I'm not playing the Norn there. See? Do I have counterspell protection in this deck? I have Cavern of Souls and I have Delighted Halfling. Don't you want to flip that, Tammy? Look, I'm only dealing 1 damage at a time. They get their clue. Archmage's Charm to draw 2 cards. Tamio now transforms.
I will protect this library with
And she plus 2s. Okay. Part of the cards. It's not even going to be a normal counter spell, is it? It's going to be a really, really mean one. Come on, Tamio. Let it happen. You think it's going to be a mana drain? Can it not be mana drain? Hold up. Subtlety? Nothing? Not a lick? Alright, we're gonna slam into the Tam, and we're also going to make that Narset out of play so we can get some value out of this Great Henge. Whew. I bet they have, like, Jawari Disruption. Something that's, like, tax for 1.
Use your words.
Or they're just gonna, like, mass bounce everything next turn anyway. Who cares? I will attempt to myrtleize the Tamio. But first... Henge. And yes, I know that, like, Kudo would stop counter spells, but they'd probably counter the Kudo. This very much can be countered. Nani desu ka? Bouncing the Norn. Okay, so they're bouncing Norn. This'll mean I'm not dealing any damage, but I need this Kudo to resolve. Yes, okay, we draw a card. That's good. That's good. This is good for me. Oh, no. Do they have... Eaten by piranhas? Oh, wait, they can't cast it. Yeah, okay. All they can do here is flash out... No, they can just eat the clue. They can only use the clue. They can use abilities. Otawara. Otawara would work here. Not an Otawara. Cool. Do we attack in? No, because Tamiyo says you don't deal any damage. They don't have colorless mana, so they can't exile the Pride. Kudo resolving hopefully stays there. They can bring back something from the graveyard. What could they get? None of those are good that there. Okay, cool. There's multiple reasons that the Kudo is in this deck.
Respect the library.
This is nerve-wracking. You're telling me. She's a cute Zill. I love, like, was these snow leopards. So cute. One of the zoos in Massachusetts had baby snow leopards a couple years ago. I had a zoo membership that year, and I would just, like, go on the way back from work, because it was, like, I'd be driving north on 93, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the Stone Zoo today, because I want to see the adorable little kitten babies. They were so cute. Well, they can cast counter spells on my turn again. Unless we free our girl. It resolves. No longer is she a legitimate business person. She's given up the straight edge life. Maybe, never mind. Tana's Tidebender. Wait. Okay, Tana's... Okay, so the good news about this is that they're tapped out. No, Loran doesn't destroy that. We still get to draw a card. And we can play Elish Norn, which means that you die. Die! Everything gets bigger. Ooh. Okay, so killing Tamiyo versus dealing face damage. Killing Tamiyo. Killing Tamiyo. I hate you have to attack with 3 things. This should not be a +2. This should be a +1. At most, a +1. Is everything getting bounced back into my hand or something? I would appreciate it if you did not. Nope, they're gonna do the time warp. Tamiyo is in play. She is a -2/1. But they don't have a mass bounce spell. And we have a Norn. Nailed it. Got there. Hate oops all counter spells. Zerzoth, Chaos Rider. This is a devilish deck. In fact, it's a devil as a commander that makes more devils. Let's see if I have anything to throw down here. I actually have 3 lands, so I'm going to just play a forest and try to save this as a fight for later. They've got their Tiefling Outcasts, which will buff their devils. Oh, Ragavan! Wow, they have a lot of haste happening here. They'll get a treasure, and they'll get to steal the top card of my deck. I was going to say, for 1 mana, they might steal something they can play. Nope, they're going to use the treasure for the Tiefling Outcast. They are so aggressive. Didn't even get a chance to fully introduce what they're up to here, which is, whenever an opponent draws their first card each turn, if it's not their turn, you make a devil, and you can make players draw cards and discard cards at random by attacking with devils, either Zerzoth or Zerzoth's friends. Why'd you hit this and not this? Oh, because damage doesn't get removed. Hey, that actually does make my Bridgework Battle fight a little bit worse. That's cute. I think an indestructible creature could be pretty nice here, so I'm gonna pop down Arwen. Oh, hey, Tybalt. Gonna stop me from gaining life. I'm gonna make a devil. I think it's worth it. Get Luminarch Aspirant dead, sure, but creature also dead. Damage isn't removed, but she is indestructible until I remove that counter. I kind of want to see how much damage we can get on Arwen. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, this could be very fun. Yeah, this is preventing damage from being removed. I'm probably going to destroy this, though. Since that's rough against my bears. Here, have a land. I would like to gain life, and I have to get rid of Tybalt in order to do it. Oh, nice, a Patriarch's Humiliation. Well, that's just fine. I don't have another white source. Again, need to get rid of the Tybalt so I can gain life again. Yeah, I don't want to make their devils bigger. Alright, I like how they also have Devil's Plague. Very appropriate. Roiling Vortex, another way of stopping life gain. Izers off. They really don't want me to gain life. I mean, fair. So, like, right there, I gave them an opportunity to essentially put a card in hand for free. But they were like, no, I gotta keep up this. It's like, alright. If you say so. Alright, so now Zerzoth is smaller, but the outcasts are bigger. You think they were beat by a life gain deck recently? I think they just know that against mono red, like, that's tough. Yeah, I'm fine with one of these being discarded at random. Okay, the thing we drew is the thing we lost. Oh my gosh, they discarded a Wootwalla! They get to cast it for free! Good for that. Wait a minute. Roiling Vortex! You funny. Yeah, they cast a spell for free. I actually think that's worth it. You vortexed yourself. Well, that was a very loud noise coming from outside. We draw. And discard Teferi's Protection. They get a Devil. They can cast this for some madness. No, don't cast it for 0, though! Yeah, they get to pay mana for it. Ooh, going straight for my face? X equals 4. Neat. Put that back in your hand. Look, you can discard it again later. So they tapped out here. And they made it so I can't gain life. But I can gain life on their turn. And that's going to be the name of the game here. Take 1. Mirari's Wake. I even have enough for this Selfless Spirit. Let's gain some life. Oh no, Kudo. These actually shrank because Kudo died. I guess I could have protected Kudo, but I feel like I'm not going to have an opportunity for this. Ooh, Arrow Chenille. Is this only... Yeah, it's any number of targets. So right now, like, this would deal 4 damage. A Devil dying would deal 4 damage. This is going to deal 4 damage. Big oof. Oyer Ashnil, can you please be smaller? Thank you. You're scaring me. These also deal a ping. I wonder if this used to be like an Ashnil deck. Yeah. I can't gain life. Can't gain life, and Ashnil wants to kill me. Mana Barbs, the pumped Ashnil is horrifying. Sure is. O'Hare Ashnil is a pretty dang good card. You kill my bear? I have mana. All I have right now is really mana. Okay, with the Devil's Play dealing 1, that would actually be 2. This deals 1, that's actually 2. They could even Devil's Play Kudo to make more damage. I think Devil's playing Kudo wins them the game. Oh wait, but we have the Selfless Spirit. Okay, so that protects the Kudo. Take 2. That was loud. Thinking about like if I want to sacrifice the Shepherd Dunes. Bloodline Pretender. Ashnila's baby. They don't have a way to discard things here. Yep, that deals 2 to my face. It forces me to block with the Mara because otherwise the Roiling Vortex will kill me. This does become a land, but they can't flip it. We go to 3. I think we force the block by sacrificing the Shepherd Dunes. I guess we'd be forcing the block either way because the Rolling Vortex deals 1 to them. I forgot. One to them again. They're probably wondering, what are they holding on? It's a land. I've been drawing a lot of lands. Oh, other Tybalt. This Tybalt... This Tybalt, I think, does have at least one haste thing on it. Okay, so they're just going for the devils. Because now if 2 of these devils die, I die. Hi, excuse me. Yeah, I'm just digging desperately. Don't mind me, devils. Don't mind me. That gets me a blocker, but a blocker isn't what I need. I need a way to take out these devils. I'll hit them with a good game. GG, Zerzoff. Make chaos ride. Ooh, that even increases their damage more. Boop, boop, boop. GG, Zerzoff. There are just so many Nadu out here, and I keep having to play against them. I have a turn 1 mana tithe I can hold up. I guess that's alright for me. Colony Garden makes it 2-2 if we have Kudo out. We have a Selfless Spirit to protect things. Can't play that or that right away, not off this hand, but it should be okay. I'm going to try to cut them off with a well-timed mana tithe. They do go first, though, so if they play Mana Dark here, I will have to play the Plains to hold up the mana tithe to try to hit the Nadu. Okay, so they didn't ramp on turn 1, so I am going to play the Colony Garden. Yeah, not you again. It's always them. Always has been, always will be. I'm going to play Kudo. I have this Patriarch's Humiliation. Okay, so Tail's End, they counter Kudo. Out of pure spite, I'm still going to attack them with the 0-1. Die, Nadu. I think my record with this deck against Nadu is still pretty good, though. Oh, I'm hoping they can't protect Nadu here. Okay, so now Nadu does nothing. A whole lot of nada. Yeah, nah, dude. Take away those abilities. Yeah, they're gonna hit me for 3, but guess what? I accept that. I accept this. This would stop them from casting spells on my turn. I like that. They're brainstorming. They're thinking about it. Yeah, ideally, I'll be able to make a 3-4 if I'm not, like, using Nadu. Which will allow me to then just block the Nadu without killing it. Oh, hey, Ashaya. They do have 1 mana. They can pay the 1. Curse you, Llanowar Elf. Also landfall things. No. I wanna kill Llanowar Elf. Okay, well, we can make it so they're dealing less damage. Replay the Kudo. Okay, so now everyone's a 2-2. I'm a 2-2, you're a 2-2. Everyone's a 2-2. Yeah, now Nadu had an ability. A witness protection on Cutezil. Okay. Layers. Thinking about that Okaneka How, actually. Ah, Bristly Bill. Who wants to grow? the Selfless Spirit. Another land on top, I'll take it. And I'll swing with you too. Land Bear. Elf Druid Forest Bear. How beautiful. Yeah, they don't have any of their landfall. Like, whoa, what is this command tower art? Oh, it's from Fallout. I keep forgetting that there's some Fallout arts in Arena. You have so much mana. A Turn Timber Simba. I hate that they have been playing around Mana Tithe. Hi, Uro. Uro did enter with 3 counters, but he also sacrifices himself. Is dog meat in Arena just the art? Yeah, so now they realize that they leave back Nadu, I might not want to attack in. I'm gonna beef up this Selfless Spirit again. Tribute to the World Tree. And then Boromir. Big Boromir. Oh, nope, never mind. It's a bird. Thanks for the bird! Honestly, it's more damage. And it has counters on it, so maybe I just play some mana into Bristly Bill. Bigger and more bird. They gave me flying damage. Do you even have free spells you're trying to stop here? Yeah, Lotus Copus. So they found a landfall piece. Hi, Uro. Uro can get them more lands in play. Entering the battlefield, gaining them life. I'm calling him Birdamir. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. 5, maybe? I don't know if Nadu can be tapped for mana here. Oh, that... Okay, so they can choose to redirect this into the command zone, but if they put it in hand, it does not get its abilities back. Yep, they're saying, oops, you had to redirect to command zone to get that to work. Looks like taking out their commander's abilities and making it so it only deal 2 damage to me a turn was the perfect way to win against Nadu. GG. Roxanne, Starfall Savant. Throws rocks at things, and unfortunately, if Kudo is out, can kill any creature with a single rock. I think this Reprieve will be pretty helpful in slowing them down. I have a way to buff things up, and unfortunately, I don't have turn 1 green mana, so I can't land anywhere else. Never mind, yes, I do have turn 1 green mana because we drew a fetch land! Hello, fetch land. Fetch land into Shockland. Yeah, meteors are Bear's natural predator. Or something. So that means 3 this turn. Don't have to worry about her yet. I will make a plant. Play Kudo, everyone's 2/2s. And I have choices here for, like, what I could do to try to protect ourselves. But I think that the smartest one is going to be Selfless Spirit and Reprieve over the Intrepid Adversary. Because they, with 4 mana up here, I feel like they're going to have a burn spell. That's 5 mana. An Arena of Glory, trying to give this haste, but they've exerted their land, which means they'll have 1 less mana next turn. And the tempo is gonna win. GG. Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, makes you discard and deals damage to you if you discard a land. I have Picture Simulation, Shana, Arwen, Goldfane. This seems okay. A lot of Kroxa's power comes from when he escapes, when he comes back from the graveyard. And I am going to hope that I can take him out by turning him into a 2/2. Because a 2/2 is a lot scarier, you know, if it makes everybody else a 2/2. If everyone's bears. Hey, that's a horse. Snake. It can be two things. Caustic Bronto, if it attacks in, is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to me. But only if it is saddled. I'm going to untap. Saddle is not instant speed, so they can't actually saddle at the same time as... like, Croxa coming into play. I was trying to figure out, like, what the right word for it is. Yeah, it's very strange how, like, saddle, you can't, like, do it in combat. You can only do it slowly and surely. But this does give you card advantage. That's pretty good. Oh, they got an Unearth! Let's them bring back their commander or their Bronto. Hi, Croxa! I'm gonna drop... maybe to Fairy's Protection. They're sacrificing Croxa to its own sacrifice ability. Bringing out Kudo and killing a Caustic Bronto, taking away its abilities. Part of why I'm doing this is because I don't want them to get more card advantage. Throat Gophers. Okay. Rip Kudo. Hello, I'm Micaeus, and I'm going to put a counter on myself. They're bringing back the Caustic Bronto, but again, this is just a 2-2 with no other abilities. All according to plan. I'm going to pay a bit of life here. Grab the fetch into the shock. Here comes Shana Sisei's Legacy. I'm going to pass the turn. I'm planning on bringing out the 2-2 White Knight creature token at instant speed. I guess having a 2-2 when everything is being turned into 2-2s is pretty good. Oh, also I should note, because Shana is actually a 0-0 that gets +1/+1 for each creature, her ability just kind of stacks with Kudo, and she becomes a base 2-2 that's getting buffed by how wide we are. Ooh, a Hostile Investigator. Gonna make me discard. Do I want the Indestructibility? The big Trample Rample? I'm gonna go for keeping the Indestructible Arwen. They get a clue. Come at me, bro. I mean, you know I can put a counter on this. Boop. Maybe they don't. Oh, maybe they were planning on doing this anyway. Yeah, sacrificing a Caustic Bronto to use the clue. Could leave myself open to a discard here. Play the Virtue of Loyalty, because it's just such a good card. Yeah. I am going to buff up my creatures. Offer them a trade with this one. They take it. These are all going to untap, get a counter. This alt art for Shana is very cute from March of the Machine, I want to say. The Multiverse Legends art. I still have cards in hand, whereas I have an Arwen. Oh, rude! Rankle's Prank is going to make us discard everything, lose some life, and sacrifice both our creatures. Because they have enough cards to escape Croxa, I'm just gonna play Thalia. Aclazotz makes you discard, and if you can't discard, well, he's even ruder. Well, they still do less damage if he's a 2/2. Oh. Okay, Aclazotz turns into a land. First striking creatures are quite nice here. It's another board wipe? Don't honk at me, person outside. You cut that out. Bristly Bill. And because I think they're gonna make me discard Skyclave Apparition with no targets. I'd rather have creatures on the battlefield that are getting buffed than just like, oh, I prevent 3 life being lost. Here comes Shuldred. I'll drop the Skyclave Apparition. You get nothing. Bristly Bill. My commander. Everyone's a 2/2. I do have 8 or more creatures in graveyard, so if they'd like to, they could flip over Shuldred. It'll only cost 5 mana. Kill Bristly Bill. My hand is empty, so they could also flip Aclazotz back over. This will turn into a Mass Reanimate in a couple turns. I'd be discarding anything I drop here. Here comes the Restless Prairie. Swinging and getting any damage I can in. They untap. You mill 3 and discard, but there's nothing to discard. Since I have nothing to discard, they'll get to draw off Aclazotz attacking. Hey, RST, thank you for the 34-month resub. Yeah, Croxer, you're less scary when you're a 2/2. Okay, anything that dies here is gonna come back, but we still swing in. Uh-oh, are things happening? They're sacrificing Croxa to draw more cards. Soldier's Edict. I really want the damage to go through. If we drop Kudo, they would be gaining more life. If I drop Prairie, Aclazotz doesn't die, and he gets to immediately gain more life swinging in. Wow, that's a real catch-22 right there. I think we dropped the Pilgrim. No, if I sacrificed the Restless Prairie, they wouldn't have been dead. Also, this is happening. Move my commander to the command zone. You scared? Yeah. Should be. Down to 6. I'm gonna make someone indestructible. Hey. I don't think I got this. Good game. Aragorn, the Uniter. Aragorn is all about casting colored spells. The more colors your spell has, the more abilities get triggered. For red, you deal 3 damage to your opponent's face. For blue, you scry 2. For white, you make a human token. And for green, you give a creature +4/+4. You might notice that 2 of those deal a lot of damage, red and green, which means that most Aragorn decks are really focused on the red and the green. I'm going to go for my maximum colors here off our Flooded Strand. I love having these fetch lands on turn 1. Sure, it costs me life, but life is worth it if you get a tiny kitty cat. Always gonna be worth a tiny kitty cat. This cat's great. First strike with Kudo's ability means that you can almost guarantee winning in combat. Hello, Argrin Triome. I wonder if you have a lightning bolt. Hopefully not. Looted Delta. They're probably trying to pick out which colors they want. They want a shock. Yep. Breeding Pool. Now they've got all their colors covered. And it's going to cost me some life to bring this in. Totally worth it. Here comes Kudo. I love Marleaf Pixie. What a cool card. It's like a fairy and she's wearing a little chipmunk cap. I should have added this into my Littles deck. So I just finished building a commander deck that is Littles and Bigs. Every creature in the deck is either smaller than a human, so think like a hobbit or a fairy or like a woodland creature, or it has to have the creature type giant, like Beanstalk Giant or Bonnie Paul, and I think its name is Thorvald, is the commander, which turns your Littles into Bigs, turns them into giant creatures when he enters the battlefield or attacks. Yeah, this would be fun. I put in a bunch of mana-producing little creatures, though, like the Lighted Halfling and a bunch of the Mirror. No, Kudo! Rip my bear. Rip my bear. Alright, so I got this Razor Gash ambush, so hopefully I could still kill Marleaf Pixie here. But it's probably better for me to play the Llanowar Elf. Ooh, do I want Shana here? Aragorn? No, I really want more lands. I'm just gonna play Llanowar Elf and hold up Mana Tithe. Yeah, I haven't played my new deck yet. I have it sleeved up though, and I'm ready to play it at too many games this weekend. I'm excited. The Shana art's gorgeous. Yeah, I was saying that when we saw this card before in a different game. This is the Multiverse Legends art for her, and I love the stained glass style. Hey, Aragorn. Can you pay the 1? That's right, you can't. Oh no, and the post spell land. That's gotta feel bad. How firmly do I believe in my Kudo surviving this next turn? Active negation? Oh, subtlety. I was wondering what free spell they had there. Dang. I was gonna try the, put that back in the command zone. I was gonna try the cheeky move of, if Kudo's out, I can play Mikaeus for X = 0 and it still lives. Oh. Mr. Strain? I think is how I say your name. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for supporting the channel. At least this also little is getting me lots of little critters. I tapped the Llanowar Elves because I was hoping to have 1 white mana to play Mikaeus there. Alright, so here comes Aragorn. Yeah, I have a move here. King Dad. King Dad is an anthem. I'm gonna swing in with these 3 kitty cats. And they're probably like, what? Why are you doing that? Wrong answer, Steve. Wrong answer. Razor Crash. Ambush. The first strike finishes them off. We still get 4 damage in off the kitty cats. And we're going to get, I believe, 2 more cats afterward. GG, Aragorn. Yorion, Sky, Nomad, the big, blinky Azorius creature. I do like this hand. It has a creature on turn 1, sort of. It has a bit of protection, a bit of removal, and also we have bear. And since our commander is big, you know, we'll make it small. Let me shrink. Let me shrink your stuff. Windswept Heath. Having them blue? Interesting. Could this perhaps be a counter spell? Whee! You cast something at instant speed, I cast something at instant speed. You get a 2-2, I get a 2-2. Actually, I don't get a 2-2. They'll get 2-2s later. So some versions of Yorion are very much based around creatures entering the battlefield. Some versions of Yorion are just based around non-land permanents. Because you can blink any sort of thing when you got the big old Skybird. Sky Snake? Sky Snake. This turns into a creature. ETB Juggler Yorion can be fun. It can be. I thought about requisition rating, destroying that. Okay, am I afraid of a board wipe? Never in my life. Llanowar Elf! Sometimes you just gotta commit. For better or for worse. Dropping Reprobation. Are you gonna turn my bear into a nothing? By the way, you're gonna notice everything else that was in play is still a 2-2. I believe that's layers. Hey, any judges here know what the heck's going on over here? It's always layers. Sometimes it's timestamps. Got Ward 1. Okay, 1 sec. Why, oops? I don't know. I could have also hit the Reprobation, but, like... Kudo's still doing Kudo's thing here. It's just as a 0-1. The ogres have layers. Layers. Oh, hello, princess. Who's getting exiled? If you blink this before its final chapter... things don't come back. It's very mean. Cowardice does not prevent bearery. We'd barely notice it. You can also blink Skyclave before it finishes exiling. Sure can. Any artifacts out here? Nah. Enchantment, get some counters. Enchantment, get some counters. Hell yeah. I decided if I want to just play this. Yeah, I'm gonna play this as a land. A creature gets +2/+2 in flying, except it doesn't. Still got 3 damage on board. Make it 4 damage on board. And I may not have gained life, but I do have a kitten. And that was an hour of revelation. That's a, big blast of the battlefield. Ossification, that lets them exile a creature. My token is gone. They could play Yorion if they had 1 more mana, blink it, exile something else, and have a blocker. But they don't have another mana. We're gonna win. GG. Urza, Lord Protector. I love the 1-drop in my hand, but I don't love that I can't play it on turn 1. I think that against Urza, we're going to want to make sure we are playing stuff on turn 1, turn 2, so I'm going to mulligan here. Still good cards, I like it, and I like this Cavern of Souls. Being able to have an uncounterable commander against a deck that is probably running a lot of counterspells sounds great. Urza, Lord Protector, discounts your artifacts, your instants, your sorceries, your counterspells. So we're going to name Bear. Sadly, Kudo does not change cards in your hand into bears, but it does change everything on the battlefield into a bear. Cold Steel Heart, they're ramping. This is the Meld Urza. I'm trying to decide if I would rather Virtue of Loyalty here, where it's less likely to be countered, versus, like, protecting myself against a board wipe. Okay, Iron Crag, I'll just do this now. 2/2 for you, too. How do you do? Doing great. I'm a 2/2. Swinging in for 4 damage. Hoping to protect my board with a Heroic Intervention. Fairy, who slows the sunset. He is able to untap artifacts, lands, and creatures. Have I tried Loot as a commander? I have. I have a video on YouTube of Loot. Nice! Realmbreaker! Realmbreaker steals lands. Hello, Ossery. I'm going to play Trostani Discordant here to make my creatures bigger than their creature. And this is so I can try to kill Teferi. Die, Teferi! Is this the strongest Teferi? No. Is it still one I want to get rid of? Yes. They might have a kill spell for Trostani, though. Get Lost. Hey, I got it! Yeah, it was Get Lost. So the upside to it being Get Lost is that I can actually use these map tokens to try to grow my creatures in the future. With my commander's command zone. Yes, please. Also, RIP Trostani. She wouldn't have stolen back my stolen lands, though. A dream. A dream. The bear's gonna read a map to find more picnic baskets. Oh, Kudo. So cute. Using these 2 mana, I assume because they're planning on untapping those with the fairy. That is too much mana, and I do not like it. Better not be a Cyclonic Rift. Hey, Jace. I still don't like him because he bounces my tokens.
You've already lost. You just don't know it.
He's scrying. He's drawing a card. And I am wishing I'm wishing I had a card that just said destroy all planeswalkers in white. So let me obliterate him. Yeah, sorry, Basri. Listen, I'm running Immortal Sun in this deck. I know what I don't like. What I think is gonna happen this turn. I'm gonna bring up Basri to start. Didn't get countered.
love is your shield.
A reprieve on top. So, like, reprieve is great against them, but it's a lot less good if they know about it. I'm still gonna keep it on top. 3 and 1, and then 2 here. You want to mill it? Fairies protection. Well, they do have a Teferi. So that's fair. Do I want to hold up the heroic intervention? Or use the other map? I want to hold up the intervention. There's a bunch of white cards that make you sacrifice all but one of a thing. Yeah, blackboard wipes sometimes can hit planeswalkers. Like Blood on the Snow, that one's modal. Okay, they -2. That's an anticipate. They look at the top 3. One goes in hand, the other goes to the bottom of their deck. They scry and draw, getting Jace very close to ult. I don't like that. I want to get this Basri to ult. Just using Spark Rupture. Spark Rupture is a funny card. Hmm. This all permanents. This is actually kind of sick if it resolves. Because it means they also... I don't think we'll get a land. Yeah, they won't get a land. It blanks the ability. Ghostly Prison? Oh, you punk.
I will guard your advance.
Wait, it's only for attacking a person? Wait a minute.
This isn't over until we figure out a solution.
Ghostly Prison doesn't prevent attacking planeswalkers? Huh, never mind, I played that badly. Yeah, I didn't know that. I always thought that Ghostly Prison also impacted, just like attacking you or permanents you control. I have played this wrong in Commander before. That's true. Planeswalkers didn't exist when Ghostly Prison, Swords of Revealing Light, was first printed here. Wild. I'm so not used to this art of Ghostly Prison. Everybody in chat is just like, wait, what? Ragabosh is like, you didn't know it? It's like, I didn't know it. Every day you learn something new. Every day you try to reprieve a Sunfall. And you hope that they don't have a counter spell, because it only buys you 1 turn. Yeah, they have 4 mana after the untap with Teferi. Unless they play a land here. Oh, nope, they're -2ing. Okay, with the knowledge of the Sunfall... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If I went for the Gold Vein Hydra, I don't think it's a good idea.
My sand will protect you.
Because I can only attack for 6. Yep. The knowledge of the sunfall. Well, they also had the knowledge of the reprieve. Here's the important thing. Boss Ray can ult next turn. Boss Ray ult. Pretty good. That's why he's in the deck. Here's the Sunfall. We are going to sacrifice Boromir so they get a smaller incubate token. Hey, who here wants to be tempted by the ring? You are! Little Selesnya soldier. Authority of the consoles. Cool. No tails, ends, no whammies.
All back. We will be found worthy together.
Tribute to the World Tree. The incubate token is gonna get bigger with Kudo. Okay, they're memory lapsing my tribute. Uncounterable, very sideways. Bear. Bear gets counter. I gain more life. Is there a way to remove emblems? You can restart the game. That's the weird answer. Player removal. Yup, if you remove a player, their emblem goes away. But notably, something like Chandra, the 6 mana one, uncounterable one, she gives other players emblems. We'll pay the 2 off that. Yep. Because of that ghostly prison, I'm just going to try to make a few very large creatures. Okay, never mind. They've rejected imperfection. Make my bear grow. Die. I can't. Yeah. Ghostly prison. Realmbreaker steals another land from us. That's my land. Them getting the Karn's Bastion, I think, is more important. Still have a 5/5 on the back line. Mm-hmm. I do pay the 2.
Fight together. Our faith grows our cause.
Okay, looking at what I drew. Tribute. They could animate and proliferate, so we don't attack in. Play this land. And I'm holding this Patriarch's Humiliation. If they go for a meld, that would give me a way to stop it. I do have artifact and enchantment removal in the deck, but I will have to find it. They're stealing from me again. Actually, they're not. There's no lands. There's no lands in my graveyard. They didn't mill one. Ganjo. Beefing up this singular soldier.
Fight together. Your allies will support you.
Attacking. I have to pay 2 for it. Come at me, brother. Boop. I'll play the Flooded Strand, pass the turn. Said oops? Why are we oopsing? I don't like that. Why are we oopsing? Hello? Maybe it's oops because they gotta land. I don't actually want to go any wider, so like I'm not going to use Castle Ardenvale here. I'm gonna just grab my Surveilland. If I keep something on top, I'm going to make the assumption that it's probably going to get thrown away. Ooh, Flowering's pretty good though. It gets me more damage. Let's see if they mill it. Business Giraffe, thank you for the sub. This is also very possible that they will River's Rebuke me, or, sorry, Cyclonic Rift me here, because we haven't seen that yet. Haven't seen it from them. Oh, they have a counterspell. Okay. And now they're milling the thing. Six, 8. I can afford to attack with everything here. I have to pay this first. The things all happen. Buff the smallest one. Spread the love. But we are card gamers for sure. They still have 7. It's Tails End on the Bossery. Tapping out. Swinging in. Is it lethal? No. Is it close? Yeah. Oh, us bears. They gotta land. We're good. GG, Urza. Thank you so much for letting me attack in. I appreciate that a lot. Make him bigger. Make him stronger. Make him chunkier. Got close. GG, Urza. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing the King of Bears do his thing by turning everybody into a bear. Fun fact, both Kudo and Ayula are not bear nobles. They're not actual royalty, though they're royals in our hearts. This deck is pretty good, it's pretty fun, and it takes advantage of a lot of the Selesnya little stuff and tempo cards. It's weird to think of Selesnya having tempo, but it certainly does in a deck like this. Cards like Reprieve and Mana Tithe, trying to protect this game plan can be instrumental. Same with all of the various protection abilities like Tamio's Safekeeping. This deck also, I will say, has performed really, really well against the Nadu decks. I played against 8 Nadu decks today. I'm looking at my untapped data over here, and we lost 2 of those games. So I went 75% win rate against the bird. Now, maybe that's just because those birds weren't playing very well, or maybe it's just because turning that egregiously oversized flyer into a 2/2 can make a pretty good difference. I love to see that. This deck is pretty fun though, so I will recommend it. And if you'd like the deck list, it's in the description of the video. Also, if you'd like to come hang out on my stream, twitch.tv/Amazonian is the place to do it. It's where I record these things, though I will not be streaming this upcoming weekend because I'm going to be at Too Many Games. I think this will actually be going live on like Saturday mornings, so I'll be at the convention then. And if you happen to be at Too Many Games, I'll have my commander decks with me. On Saturday, I have a panel. I'm bringing Aurelia, Xanathar, Helana, and Elena, and my store-ball deck, which is my giants and tinies deck. It's only big stuff and little stuff. So we have like our Bonnie Pauls and our our Sun Titans to go with, like Cheeky House Mouse and Delighted Halfling. You know, little guys. Teeny tiny guys. The best kind of guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.